Okay, this video is going to be absolutely beyond chopped. Like, I am on my bed. I'm not even properly sitting down. And I literally just installed OBS like a few minutes ago, but we'll get through it anyway. So, CRK has recently put out the teaser for the next update being AOD related, and the main contents of it is the Guild Battle rework as well as AOD lore. But I'm going to focus more on the progression side of things because they're buffing Guild, and Guild is already the most important game mode, so that's going to be fun. We have two new epic cookies, Menthol and Seltzer. Menthol's a bomber, Seltzer is a support, and then we have a new super epic called doughael. Michael, Michael, Doughael, I think. And they seem to be a healer, so that's going to be interesting. The skill looks interesting. It seems like a single target buff, maybe ferret replacement in AOD, which would be on brand and really, really cool. And then major guild reworks, we have the honor system where if you put in EXP, and I assume even if your guild is level 70, you can put in more EXP to unlock the honor shop, which is incredible.
Of becoming whole.
Yeah, the honor shop is incredible. We have a beast soulstone, an awakened ancient soulstone, dragon, ancient tart essence. I hope that tart essence isn't the final number, as well as butter amber, absolutely incredible shop. So now suddenly, um, guild exp is really important, as well as being in a guild is more important because it seems to be on a 2 week refresh according to this. So every 2 weeks is a beast soulstone, awakened ancient soulstone, crystals, radiance. Really, really important to get into a good guild. And Amber, but honestly, 3.5k is too much. Like, you might legitimately run out of guild medals, which is crazy. But anyway, we also have the Guild Siege, if I can find it a bit later down the video. Yeah, Guild Siege. There seems to be combat, there seems to be buffs. I'm I don't know how this is gonna work. I assume this has something to do with territory expansion, but I'm not too sure. And then we have a new guild boss, and on top of that we have clear ticket guild boss, and thank you to Jupi, if I can pick up the image. Thank you to Jupi Moxon for reading the fine print, and it was in the background. Time skips in guild battle will have decreased damage, which is great because casuals, let's be honest, they don't really care about damage that much. As long as they get in their attacks, they're fine. But for competitive players, that means you still have to play the game, which is great. And also, guild tickets stack up to 18 now, so you only need a login once a week, which is great because I've voided way too many tickets. And also, if we go back to this around the middle of the
Coming of the promised day.
trailer, that is not the Grandmaster 1, whatchamacallit, banner. That has tinges of blue and like the top bit looks a lot more fancy. That means we're getting new tiers above Grandmaster. So what I'm thinking is gonna happen is that they're gonna push Grandmaster 3 to like top 1%, and then Grandmaster 2 to like top 0.5%, Grandmaster 1 to like top 1.1%, and then add in like Super Grandmaster 3 to 1 or something like that. I'm not quite sure about the exact numbers, but yeah. And then we do have new legendary costumes coming. I am working on an essay on costumes, so stay tuned for that. Well, the most important thing would be the bond, but we don't have that yet. However, if you Google Translate this, that thing says one free pull a day, which is huge because this is a legendary banner, so I assume it'll be running for 6 weeks. So as long as you just log in and press the button every day, that is a total of 12,600 worth of rainbow cubes of pulls. 12,600 pulls worth of rainbow cubes. Oh my god! 12,600 rainbow cubes worth of pulls. There we go. Third time's the charm. which is huge because that also means you can be building up your either like random epic bonds and stuff or your rainbow star crystal whatever stock for free, which is nice, especially considering we've been getting back-to-back legendary costumes. I am in the process of doing the math to see if competitive free-to-play players could actually catch up, assuming normal luck. But I'm getting ahead of myself. And other changes, we have topping changes, which, um, yeah, you can upgrade more of them at once. I think they just skipped the animation at this point, according to the trailer. Um, yeah, that seems really fast. And that seems like a select 30. And on top of that, those were resonance. And you see hazelnut, you see amp buff. So resonant toppings now also have topping types, which is huge for like, this is good for Marshmallow Bunny. And then not released in the video but teased in the patch notes itself, which is from the Discord. I can't be on the Discord because I got banned, but let's just skip over that real quick. There is a new Destin topping for Madeline and the three new cookies. And other changes, we have water biscuits and a sea fairy buff. Don't mind this. This is just like misordered because you see the hue on this is very red, but this is a bit pink-ish. So which means this should be part of everything else on top, and this should be down there. Oops. But yeah, we're getting a sea fairy buff and water biscuits. I'm not quite sure how we're getting these because we're not getting a new beasties chapter. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, water biscuits. Alright, that is everything in the update. So let's talk about progression. Oh, and one more thing. They have normalized, not normalized, they have made the super epic banner normal. Alright, I found it. They've rolled out the standard like 250 pull equals guaranteed cookie, but this time it's 225 because doughael is a super epic, which is nice. And I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody except maybe Yubi when I say that this is so much better. I hate the crystals. Thank you, Dev Sisters. That is about it for the actual contents of the update. Now let's talk about progression. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm not sure how progression is going to be affected by this because we don't know how much damage we're going to be doing to this boss. Because if we're doing like living beast levels of damage to this boss, then holy crap, we're getting a lot more torches. And more
Return to
torches
home.
means more everything, basically.
The
And also
children
more
shall
medals
now
because we're
be
taking down
coming
more
home.
bosses, which means this. This is incredible. I'm really hoping that Tart Essence isn't the final number, but that probably is. But we are getting more sources for these soul stones. It's incredible. It's just one every 2 weeks, but consider Menace being permanent. And then we're slowly getting like consistent sources of rolling a few beast soul stones here and there, so that free to plays are actually starting to get there in terms of beasts. I believe like somebody has 5-star Mystic Flower as a free to play or light spender. Not quite sure about that, but yeah, this is great. A lot of people have an excess of guild medals, so that's also great, as well as a lot of excess of like Unity of Flames. So we have a use for a useless resource, which is great, and we have a use for an excess resource, which is also great. And yeah, honestly, looking at this shop, these soulstones are number one priority. Afterwards, everything seems a bit expensive. Radiants are probably good. Ancient soulstones are probably good. It's just what you normally get once every 3 days in the guild shop, except it's not in the guild shop. It's in the second guild shop. And then Awakened Ancient Soulstones. This is genuinely bait. You get so much from a Rainbow Shell Gallery, and you need so little to max it out. It might genuinely be bait. Radiants are always nice. I think that's a bit overpriced. Tart Essence is definitely overpriced. Radiant Shard is overpriced. So yeah, a bit unfortunate. Some of the lower tier materials are a bit scammy. So basically, they've reworked Guild from being the most important game mode to the most important game mode. Guild Siege. Guild Siege is in a preseason. This really, really seems like they're trying to make a new permanent Guild game mode, which is really, really cool. They're trying to give it a unique spin as well. So yeah, that looks incredible. It'll be huge actually, because Tart Essence is a very, very good resource. 200 Tart Essence is a guaranteed butter amber, or 25 Tart Essence is a Mind Venture ticket, which lets you speed up a Mind Venture, and you need like 8 to 12 of those, depending on if you have fuel. And each Mind Venture gives quite a lot of rewards. So, yeah, consider that. This doesn't tell me anything about whether or not this is the rewards are per exploration or per clear age or gives to the entire guild every if you clear it. But yeah, I assume it gives to everybody in the guild once you clear it. And I have no basis for this, but it's probably weekly. So all of those tiles giving potentially Tart Essence or even better rewards is a good buff to progression. And some guild boss like thing. And a little teaser on I believe doughael. I believe that crown thing on caviar is the doughael buff. So that's interesting to note. And yeah, Seafarer buff. I'm not sure how I feel about Seafarer being meta. Here's the thing. Seafarer is an old legendary, wasn't I'm pretty sure she was the first. So it's genuinely realistic for a lot of free to plays to have her like 4 or 5 ascension, as long as they've just been playing for a long time. So it's definitely still free to play friendly if they make her really, really good. But it's just not new player friendly. And honestly, that's fine. I feel like the game's new player friendly enough. But this also means that they're definitely trying to push some kind of a water meta. New water cookies, water biscuits, Seafarer rework that's been teased over and over again. The annoying thing is that that means if Seafarer is good, that means there's two separate good crystal jams, which is going to be annoying because you can't really farm crystal jams any faster than normal. There isn't any crystal jam farming tech. You just do trial grounds once in a while. So that's gonna suck. But then again, so yeah, if Steve Ray does become meta, it might be a slight hindrance to progression because that means you have to split your trial grounds between Sea Fairy and Stormbringer. But then again, PvE Stormbringer only needs plus 20, and PvP Stormbringer isn't like meta. So, do I hope she's good? Mm, honestly, I'm neutral. I'm not like a huge fan of Sea Fairy, but I'm also not a hater. Also, by the way, the art team cooked. Look at these skills. These
A
skills are
skeptic like
gorgeous.
myself could cast aside all doubt and
I th-
ascend closer
like
to the
ever
gods.
since Seafarers, the
Cleanse
skill
thy
animations have been
soul.
incredible.
Rest in crumbs.
That is a lot of hits. I wonder if he's good with Black
That
Lemonade.
day, I
But yeah. Although, one big drawback of a new guild boss means that you're very likely to require new beascuits, especially water ones. They're really pushing for a water meta. It would be funny if Black Lemonade was still meta, but I think they're gonna shove water types down everybody's throat. And then if water types aren't meta, they're gonna buff cream soda, they're gonna buff caviar, yada yada. But having a new piece of content that isn't really like more rewards, so to speak, compared to a different boss being in its place. Because that means you need to spend more resources to be like
has
at the same
returned to
bar
my
as everyone
realm.
else. So like yeah, a few negatives here and there for progression. However, um The honor chop. Holy crap. That's all I have to say.